The first trailer for Ted Lasso Season 4 does not try to overwhelm viewers with massive surprises or dramatic twists. Instead, it focuses on something that made the series so successful from the very beginning. It reminds audiences that this story has always been about people finding hope through each other. Rather than promising bigger conflicts or louder comedy, the trailer welcomes everyone back to AFC Richmond with warmth, familiar faces, and the comforting feeling that some places never truly stop feeling like home. The opening moments immediately set the emotional tone. Ted Lasso, played by Jason Sudeikis, walks back into the AFC Richmond locker room, a place that shaped so many unforgettable moments during the first 3 seasons. It is a simple entrance, but it carries tremendous emotional weight because viewers understand everything that happened before he left. His return is not treated like the arrival of a celebrity. Instead, it feels like someone finally coming back to a family that has missed him. One of the first people Ted sees is Roy Kent, played by Brett Goldstein. Their reunion says very little with words because it does not need to. The handshake they share and the expressions on their faces communicate years of friendship, respect, and personal growth. Roy is no longer the player struggling to understand himself. He has evolved into the coach of Richmond's men's team, taking on responsibilities that once seemed impossible for someone with his rough exterior. The trailer quietly acknowledges how far Roy has come while reminding viewers that Ted played a huge role in helping him become the person he is today. Rather than spending too much time looking backward, the trailer quickly introduces the biggest change for the new season. Ted is no longer returning to coach the men's squad. His new challenge is leading AFC Richmond's newly formed women's team. This decision immediately gives the season a fresh direction while allowing the series to remain connected to the club that audiences have grown to love. The trailer offers several brief glimpses of the women's team during training sessions, tactical discussions, and moments inside the dressing room. As expected, not everything clicks immediately. There are signs of uncertainty as the players adjust to Ted's endlessly optimistic coaching style. That awkwardness feels completely natural because Ted has always needed time to earn people's trust. His greatest strength has never been tactical genius. Instead, it has always been his ability to help people believe in themselves. Standing beside him once again is Coach Beard, played by Brendan Hunt. Beard remains exactly the steady presence that fans remember. His calm attitude and perfectly timed reactions continue to balance Ted's enthusiasm. Their friendship has always been one of the emotional foundations of the series, and even the brief moments shown in the trailer make it clear that their partnership remains as enjoyable as ever. The trailer also gives welcome glimpses of several beloved characters who helped define the earlier seasons. Rebecca returns with the confidence and leadership that transformed both her life and the future of Richmond. Keely appears as energetic and supportive as ever, while Higgins continues to provide the kindness and quiet wisdom that made him one of the club's most dependable figures. None of these appearances feel forced. Instead, they reinforce the idea that Richmond remains a community where every character matters. One storyline that immediately attracts attention is the relationship between Roy and Keely. Their scenes are handled with remarkable restraint. Rather than revealing exactly where their relationship is headed, the trailer simply allows the chemistry between them to speak for itself. There is still affection between them, but there is also unfinished emotional business that neither character has completely resolved. That uncertainty actually works in the trailer's favor. Instead of giving away major developments, it invites viewers to wonder whether these two people have finally reached a place where they can find each other again. The series has always understood that relationships are rarely simple, and these moments suggest that the writers are continuing to approach Roy and Keely's story with the same emotional honesty that made audiences invest in them in the first place. Visually, the trailer embraces everything that fans associate with Ted Lasso. Training grounds filled with energy, team meetings, locker room conversations, encouraging smiles, and moments of laughter all appear throughout the footage. There is no attempt to reinvent the show's identity. Instead, the trailer confidently reminds viewers why they fell in love with this world from the beginning. Perhaps the most memorable exchange arrives near the end of the trailer. Coach Beard asks one of the new players whether football is life. Longtime viewers instantly recognize the reference to one of the series' most beloved running themes. However, instead of repeating the familiar answer, the player responds that life is so much more than football. It is a wonderfully understated moment because it perfectly captures what this new season appears to be aiming for. Rather than relying on nostalgia alone, the writers seem interested in expanding the show's central message. Football remains important because it brings people together, but it is no longer presented as the ultimate purpose. Personal growth, relationships, family, and finding meaning beyond the game appear ready to take center stage once again. The trailer also introduces several fresh faces who will help shape this new chapter. Tanya Reynolds joins the expanding cast as one of the important additions connected to the women's team, bringing fresh energy into the Richmond family. Grant Feely also appears as an older version of Henry, Ted's son. His presence suggests that Ted's relationship with his family will continue to play an important role as the story moves forward. These new additions feel carefully balanced with the returning cast. The trailer never gives the impression that it is replacing familiar characters. Instead, it expands the world naturally, allowing new personalities to exist alongside the people audiences have already spent years getting to know. Another strength of the trailer is its confidence in quieter storytelling. There are very few oversized comedic moments or dramatic cliffhangers. Instead, the emotional impact comes from shared looks, genuine smiles, supportive conversations, and the reassuring feeling that these characters still care deeply about one another. That approach feels completely consistent with everything that made Ted Lasso such a global success. The series never relied on shocking twists to keep audiences invested. It succeeded because viewers believed in these people, celebrated their victories, and learned alongside them as they struggled through failure and personal challenges. The decision to focus on a brand new women's team also creates exciting storytelling opportunities. Ted will once again find himself stepping into unfamiliar territory, building trust with a completely different group of athletes while helping them discover what they are capable of both on and off the pitch. Watching those relationships develop may become one of the most rewarding aspects of the upcoming season. Perhaps the greatest achievement of this first trailer is that it makes returning to Richmond feel meaningful instead of repetitive. It understands that audiences wanted to reconnect with these characters, but it also recognizes that meaningful stories require new challenges. By giving Ted a fresh mission while surrounding him with familiar friends, the series appears to have found a balance between nostalgia and genuine progression. Overall, this first look leaves a very positive impression. It is not interested in creating artificial excitement through shocking reveals. Instead, it builds anticipation by reminding viewers why Ted Lasso became such a beloved series in the first place. Friendship, kindness, second chances, personal growth, and the belief that people can become better versions of themselves continue to define the show's identity. If the full season delivers on the emotional promise shown in this trailer, audiences may once again find themselves returning to AFC Richmond not simply to watch football, but to spend time with characters who have always made the journey worthwhile. Ted Lasso Season 4 premieres on Apple TV on August 5th, and if this heartfelt first trailer is any indication, Richmond's next chapter is ready to remind viewers that sometimes the greatest victories happen far beyond the football pitch.